Welcome to Live on KEXP. We are broadcasting from Seattle Center on 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 in the Bay Area, and streaming worldwide on the KEXP.org and on the KEXP apps. I'm JJUUJJUU, host of Astral Plane, and I just want to thank everyone who donates to KEXP to ensure that live sessions like this can happen. And I am really, really excited to be here in the studio today with JJUUJJUU. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Let's let it rip.
All right.
We are live on KEXP with JJUUJJUU. in the studio with JJUUJJUU. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for such an amazing set.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So we just heard Nowhere, that's their single from 2023. Before that, we had Some and Willing, which were both released in 2024. And we had Bleck off of their album Zionic Mud. Phil, do you want to take a chance to introduce your band?
Sure. So, on my left here is Nicole Verhamme, who I've known most of my life on guitars and vocals. And over here we have Gibbs on guitar. We have Mr. Werner on bass. And Joseph Assef on the drums.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for being here. I have to say, I had to, toss my stool aside and jump up around because listening to JJUUJJUU, I love you guys so much, but it also, for me, is just, a very, nostalgic and spiritual experience because it always feels like it's Sunday night, 2 a.m., end of the Desert Days Festival, which is, my mecca, and I just had the greatest weekend of all time.
Amazing.
And here you are with all of your friends just blessing us with amazing music. So thank you so much for everything you do, Phil.
Yeah, thank you for being a big part of it. And we're very excited to be doing this and to be doing that.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. But first, let's talk about JJUUJJUU a little bit. So a lot of what you played today were your recent singles. Is there a reason you've gone to more of just releasing singles versus creating full albums?
We definitely have an album coming, but during 2020 we recorded a bunch of material remotely, and yeah, it was just sort of an idea to just slow release them one by one and just kind of keep doing that. Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to keep doing that in between albums, so yeah, we're just experimenting.
Amazing. And I love that you had a song that you worked on with Bugarins, which was amazing, one of my absolute favorites. Do you have any other collaborations in the mix, or anyone that you want to look down the camera and say hey, would you record with me so we can do something?
We do have some coming up. I can't share them now, but we have a few that are recorded already and a few that we're working on. And God, what would be a dream collaboration? Oh, we're probably going to record something with Art Fenman, which I think could go into that category of dream.
Yes.
Art Fenman.
Awesome. How do I imagine another reason why releasing singles is because obviously curating and doing everything you do for Desert Days keeps you pretty busy. How do you balance that, wanting to make music with JJUUJJUU and writing and collaborating versus all the things you do for the festival?
Yeah, it's hard. I'm spinning plates most of the time, and it does feel like when JJUUJJUU comes around, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to practice, and I gotta get to the airport. I almost missed the flight yesterday because of Desert Days calls. But I've been touring a long time, since 2001. It's why I do this. It's why I do Desert Days. So every time we get together and play, it reminds me of who I am and why I do this. And yeah, it's just a big part of my life. And these are some of my best friends. And so we have a lot of fun together. So it's kind of it's therapy in a way.
Yes, it's therapy for me too, for it to listen to, so thank you so much. I'd love to talk more about one thing that I was really excited to see on the Desert Days lineup this year was that you were starting to mix in all of these other local festivals, like the one we have here in Seattle, Freak Out, Psyched in San Francisco, Hypnosis from Mexico City. I'd love to hear how you hope these relationships with these other festivals will grow and the kind of community you want to build with them.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty cool that in the universe that Desert Days and Levitation and Freak Out and Hypnosis were all kind of part of this larger community. And that's super cool. And we're all rooting for each other. And we all visit each other's festivals. So I just thought we should just have a sort of convention of all these folks at Desert Days, and jump in the lake and DJ a little bit. So I'm really excited to have Skylar and Guy and Paco and Rob and all those people we're brothers and sisters. We're all kind of fighting the same independent festival fight. I don't want to call it a fight, but, you know, it's an uphill battle.
For sure.
And we're all in it together.
So, kind of a silly question for you. If you had to be trapped on a deserted island with either the carrot, the crowd surfing panda, or the cheese grater guy from the Viagra Boys set, which one would you choose?
Not the cheese grater guy. Cheese in the heat, no good. I would say the panda or the crowd surfing couch at Lightning Bolt in 2019.
Oh, yeah,
that was definitely a highlight. It's like, how'd they get a couch? It's pretty cool.
Yes, that was pretty incredible. So I think it was 2019 when y'all did like the sets that went all the way to sunrise the next
2018.
day. 2018,
Yeah.
that was it. I remember I stayed up all the way through like 4 a.m., like sunrise set with Matson too, which was incredible. And me and my husband turned to each other and were like, that was so sick. I'm so glad we did that. Let's never stay up that late ever again.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the festival that you have organized or that you put on that you were like, oh man, that was incredible. I'm so glad we did that. Let's never do that again.
Same. Yeah, the 6 a.m. thing. I mean, in theory, it's really cool. We would definitely need more staff and people working in shifts. But yeah, that was pretty hard. I actually didn't get to see it because I had to sleep.
Yeah.
But
lucky you.
yeah,
It was amazing.
I've heard.
Yeah. So this lineup that you've put together, I think, is one of your most diverse ever.
Thank you.
You always do a great job, I think, pulling in a lot of like world, jazz, like kind of left field things. How do you feel about like Desert Days being primarily labeled as like a psych festival, and how do these other genres and types of music that you bring in, do you think, relate to that idea of it being like a psych festival?
Well, people can call it whatever they want to call it. You know, I think it's always been multidimensional and surprising, you know? Like, I think part of the spirit of the thing is discovery. And, you know, we don't want the same bands playing every single year. We love them, and they will play again, you know? But we want to expand what we're hearing. We want to, you know, challenge ourselves and learn and discover new things. So that's what this year's lineup's all about. And I think if you dig deep into the lineup, you'll find that there's plenty of quote unquote whatever you want to call it, you know? But yeah, we are huge fans of world music, and, you know, I don't even know what to call it, but artists like Shabaka, you know, and I think like those are probably going to be the most transcendent moments of the weekend, you know? So
Absolutely. Those are always my favorite artists to see. And it definitely, your curation for Desert Days has had a huge impact on how I curate Astral Plane and really mixing in a lot of these kinds of things. And I did do an episode recently that was just everything on the lineup, or as much as I could fit in 3 hours, which was maybe a third. So I might have to do 2 more episodes.
Cool.
But I will say, like, a lot of, that more like the world, the amount of jazz this year is,
we dug into that.
I'm so excited for it. I was here for it. My whole like last 30 minutes of the show was that, and
Amazing.
people were into it. So don't sleep on all of the jazz artists at Desert Days for sure. Okay, my final question for you. If aliens were to make contact with you and ask you to make them a playlist of the best music that Earth has to offer, or just your favorite music that Earth has to offer, what would you put on it?
Oh, man, putting me on the spot. Well, I think first and foremost for the aliens, you'd have to put Autolux on there, and then just go from there. Emerhan would be on there. Itran Delier would be on there. Tenarwin, definitely.
All the Tuareg stuff is good spaceship flying music. Just you can see the stars coming past your window.
It's road trip music, no matter what plane you're in. Some Juju.
Yeah.
You know? What else, guys? What else? What else will we give to the aliens?
Mdu.
Yeah, Mdu Mokhtar. Yeah.
Like Raw Power. It's like the most human album.
Iggy Pop. Raw Power. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like
Joe?
Soons.
Soons. Our beloved, as a band, that's our favorite band, Soons.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It was really such a pleasure to hang out with y'all.
Thanks for having us.
This has been live on KEXP with JJUUJJUU, and I'm DJ Jewel, host of Astral Plane. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and if you want to see these videos as they come out, you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.